Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we've got a kind of a cool test that we're going to do. So we recently just got the Square Golf launch monitor. Now, when Square sends you the launch monitor, you get a 3-pack of the Square golf balls. Now, they send you a 3-piece golf ball. They do make a 2-piece golf ball. And from what I've seen, those spin a ton. So this is going to be probably a little bit more accurate test. Now, this is a 3-piece golf ball. I'd say it's probably the equivalent of a Pro V1 as far as kind of who they're targeting for this golf ball. It's got their individual dots on it, and that's how the camera system picks up the spin, more like the spin axis on the golf ball. Now, what I was curious was if a ball with dots on it, so in this case, this is a TP5X, which is my gamer from TaylorMade. If we put the dots on it from Justapotamus, I ordered these. These came in today, so I put these on this morning, let them set a little bit during the day. So we're going to see how these test, and just in terms of the spin numbers, see if it picks it up. And then someone else in one of the forums mentioned that the Rapsodo RPT golf balls will also pick up on the Square Golf launch monitor. So we're going to hit 3 different clubs. We're going to hit a lob wedge, a 7-iron, and a driver, and we're going to do a little comparison with each one and see if the numbers change much between the two. And then maybe I'll throw a regular golf ball with no dots on it, and we can throw that in there. And I've heard that it's not reading those as well. Very low spin numbers. We're going to test this on GS Pro so we can kind of see some of the numbers at the end, kind of see what we're looking at. So first ball we're going to test again is going to be the Rapsodo ball. It has the little, you can see the little square logo on that one, and then we'll test the Justapotamus dots, and then we'll also test the RPT golf ball from Callaway and Rapsodo. All right, so for this test, we're going to start out with a Square golf ball, and we got the target set at about 75 yards here in GS Pro. And we'll hit about 4 shots with each ball. So backspin on that one was about 5,400. I did get some side spin, a little cut, it said. Okay. So again, we'll check these out. A little better contact. Now, generally I hit my lob wedge if I take a nice swing about 80 yards. So let's move this out a little bit further here. Put it about 83 thereabouts. Okay. Now, the neat thing with the Square Golf launch monitors, you can run this right into your PC. There's a GS connector that comes with it as well, which is quite cool. All right. So one more here. I felt like a little bit of a pull. Staying pretty straight though. All right. Decent spin on that one. All right. So let's see here. So if we pull up chart here, so lob wedge there, average. Kind of see some of those numbers. So we'll export this. We'll take a look at it at the end so we can kind of see some of those numbers. Okay, now we're going to hit 4 shots with my 7-iron here on GS Pro. Still using the Square golf ball, so we're going to see how this looks here. Felt like a pull. Yep. All right, one left, one right. Good ball speeds though, 116. That was a better swing. Good contact on that one. Yeah, that was 120 ball speed, club path down 4 degrees. Yeah, a little draw. I mean, it started pretty straight, offline about 6 yards. Carried 170 right on the number. Okay. All right, one more here. Yeah, it felt like a little push. Again, hit pretty solid, 119. Just left the face open a little bit. Club, yeah, I was in 3 degrees. Face of target was point 0.3 open. Face of, so to me, that may have, if you look at the face of path, it was 3 degrees close to my path. So that should have probably drawn back a little bit, but okay. All right. So that's going to be the things that we're going to kind of see if the numbers change when we jump to a different golf ball, if we're going to get more accurate spin axis numbers, or if it's the square, and that's been some of the concerns from guys with the square launch monitor that sometimes the spin axis is maybe off a little bit. Um, I've at least from what I've seen testing, the good shots are doing what they're supposed to do. Occasionally, you'll see what feels like a draw. You might get a little push like that one, but again, the unit itself is to be able to get all that kind of data is phenomenal. I mean, you look at your club path, your face to target, your horizontal. There's dynamic loft if you're looking at. I mean, all sorts of numbers that come with this thing. Um, yes, you got to put. I do have the stickers on my club so that it will read the club numbers as well. All right. Okay, so now we're going to hit four shots with my driver, again, just to see the numbers. Some of you guys were curious with um, higher swing speed players. I'm decent speed. I'm 105-ish. Can occasionally get it up around 110 if I'm really loose. Been playing a little bit, but I'm using a mini driver now. I've switched to a little bit shorter golf club, just looking for control for my own game. But so I want to see how the numbers compare or how they look with the square ball. And then, like I said, then we'll do the same test with the Justapotamus golf balls, and then we'll test the Callaway RPTs as well. All right, guys. Okay, so now we're going to test driver on the square. I'm going to try to hit 4 balls with the square golf ball and see how the numbers look here. Ball speed 154. A little spinny. Pretty decent. 160 ball speed. 287. That was a better swing. 2600 spin. Descent angle is perfect. 38 degrees. Okay, not bad. A little spinny. A good swing though. Okay, so that's 4 drives with the square golf ball. Now we're going to jump to the TaylorMade TP5X, which is my gamer, with the Justapotamus dots on it, and then we'll see how those numbers compare. Okay, guys, so now we begin the second round. So this is going to be the Justapotamus dots on the TaylorMade TP5X. Same test. We're going to start out with my lob wedge, then we're going to jump to a 7-iron, and then we're going to test the driver, and then we'll see how those numbers look. And then once we get to the end of all 3 of these tests, then we'll put the averages up on the screen so you guys can kind of see some of those numbers. So right off the bat, spin number just jumped way up. So 10,035. So that's a lot more spin than we saw with any of the um, square golf ball. Which, when I was on my Rapsodo with their golf balls, um, that's what I would generally tend to see with the Callaway golf ball with these wedges, is they tend to spin a lot. 9,300. It's definitely a little bit firmer golf ball, though. I don't know what the compression is um, on the square ball, but this is definitely a firmer golf ball. Now, curious on that one, we got a 0 number for spin axis, so I don't think it read that one correctly. So we will keep hitting here and see. That was pretty solid. So we're getting some good backspin numbers. Not seeing much in terms of side spin. So 82 RPMs, spin axis 0.5. Curious. Okay. Now I'm going to make sure on this one that I get the the pattern facing the square monitor, so at least it's the same. So we'll see if that makes a difference here. A little bit. So side spin, said it was 200 RPMs. Now that was a pretty well struck golf ball. A little bit more carry distance, side spin, horizontal launch, 0 backspin, almost 11,000 RPMs, 1.1 of fade access. Okay. All right, one more here. Now, I try to draw that one a little bit. All right, so it still said I had a little bit of fade spin. So definitely get a higher backspin number. So horizontal launch was a touch left. Carry number went a lot further, 90 yards. Interesting. Side spin was still saying a fade. Okay. All right. So that's 4 shots with the live wedge with the juxtapotamus balls. Now we're going to switch this to 7-iron. Sorry. All right. So same thing here. We're going to hit 4 shots with a 7-iron. See if those numbers change at all. Ball speed, once we carried 170, pretty similar ball speed to 117. So we did get a little bit of draw spin. Now, if we look at face to target, was 1 degree closed. I was 4 degrees in. Ball started pretty straight, and then had a little draw to it. So, okay, that kind of makes sense. My face was 1 degree closed. That could be a pretty good accurate reading. Good swing there. 121 on the ball speed. Similar side spin number. Yeah, I mean, face was half degree open. I was similar 4 degrees inside. Face was closed. That should have been a little draw. That's kind of what we saw. Started right and just didn't move much. Okay. All right. One more here with the 7-iron. Now I'm going to see if I can get this one to kind of turn over a little bit. See if it'll read this. So I felt like I put a big draw on that one and didn't see much on that one at all. Okay. So I say it's reading the backspin probably pretty accurately. We're just not getting a really good side spin number. Um, so curious to see those numbers with the driver on that one. But I think the ball speeds are pretty accurate. I think the backspin is pretty much dead on. So at least you're getting that. The side spin numbers, that spin axis, we're just not quite getting a full read with that one. Nice to hit the ball straight, but I know my ball tends to move a lot more than what that's showing. All right, so let's try the driver here. Not great contact, but started right, kind of stayed there. So ball speeds 148. So quite a bit right. And again, not much side spin on that one. Okay. Better strike. 155 ball speed. So that felt like a big toe strike. First one that I've seen that we've really got the side spin number to read. I was curious. Okay. All right. I get one more here. It's felt like a big push cut. Yeah, but I don't think it was that bad. It's interesting. A couple of weird readings on those last two. I mean, I know it started to right, but didn't feel like I flared it that far. All right, let's do one more here. Again, now I'm going to take the dots and try to get them lined up with the square. See if that makes any difference. Decent strike. Spins a little high. Okay. All right. We will export those averages with the driver. I'll leave a couple of the odd ones in there. Okay, so we just went through and took my glove off there, fix myself. Okay, so we just went through and we hit three different golf balls. We hit the square golf ball, we hit the TP5X with the juxtapotamus dots on it, and then we tried the Callaway RPT golf balls. Um, Results, I say, I still think the square golf ball was probably the most accurate in terms of just side spin numbers, what I felt in the swing versus what I saw on the screen. You do get some good backspin readings, I think, with the juxtapotamus dots and the Callaway balls, but you're going to get that odd misread in there every once in a while. It seems to be the big thing that I see with these with the different dots with those. And again, if you're playing around the golf and you hit one, and all of a sudden you get a 5,000 RPM side spin number, that could kind of ruin your round. So um, we'll do one more test here. We're going to test just a non-dotted golf ball. We're going to see what those numbers look like. We'll hit a couple shots with. I'll hit one with each club just to kind of see what those numbers look like with that too. Okay, guys. So what we've seen so far is that the square golf ball, for the most part, has given us the most accurate readings as far as side spin. The dots were okay; we're pretty close. Obviously, the ball speeds are going to be better with a newer golf ball. The Callaway RPT balls did read in terms of backspin, but then you get that really weird, odd high spin side spin number that was definitely a misread, 5,000 RPMs. So we're going to test a golf ball here with no dots on it. As far as with the square, we'll see how those numbers look. Um, Pretty much, I say right now, stay with the square golf ball if you can. The three-piece golf ball seems to be probably the one that everybody wants, but we'll check this out, see how these numbers look. Again, we're going to start out with the live wedge. We're just going to hit a couple with each one. Okay, so this will be with the non-dotted golf ball, TaylorMade TP5X. So pretty much dead straight. Did get the backspin though. Interesting. So no side spin reading, but we got a 9,400 RPM backspin reading. So it did get the backspin. Cool. Interesting. Okay. So we did get a side spin reading with a non-dotted golf ball. This is very interesting. Good backspin reading, 9,200 RPMs. Ball speed seems to be pretty good. Um, and it showed almost 1,500 RPMs of draw spin. Curious. So there's another one where I think we got the backspin reading, got all the other numbers, but didn't get any side spin numbers. Okay, one more here. So very curious. So we did get some backspin numbers. Now there were no side spin numbers except for one ball. Um, Interesting that I got that one. But you got the ball speed, you got the carry numbers, pretty good. I mean, everything else wasn't horrible. So let's see what the 7-iron does. See if that changes as we go up in club speed here. Pretty solid. Interesting. Interesting. So I think now this is what someone told me before. When you have the club stickers on there, it will give you some side spin readings based off of the club data with a non-dotted golf ball. Don't know if that's true or not, but we're kind of seeing that. And that was a good strike. I mean, my club path was 4 degrees in. My club face was um, face to target was a half degree open. Ball started right and then drew back. Okay, and that's kind of what it felt like. So with the club stickers, at least, I mean, we're getting backspin and we're getting side spin readings with this. Now they may be guesstimated, but that's pretty accurate in terms of what it feels like. We carried 173, club face was close to target, ball started a little left and drew off. All right, let's hit one more here. Let's see if I can actually fade one. Or just hit it straight. Still in spin axis. That's curious. It may be implied, but we're getting data. This is really interesting. Okay. Now, yeah, backspin 6,300. That's pretty accurate. Face was open. Everything else is pretty much what it feels. 117 ball speed. That should have carried maybe a little further. 165. It was a touch heavy, but interesting. Okay. Well, so that's kind of showing us maybe if you have the club stickers on the golf clubs, even without dots on the golf ball, you may be able to use um, a your gamer ball and still get data. I may have to go play around with these and see how that does. I might play the entire round without the dots. If that's the case, let's go. But we'll see. All right, let's try the driver. Okay. All right, so we got the non-dotted ball. And we'll see how these numbers are. Came out a little low, but again, that's what it felt like. And we got some side spin numbers. Club path was 2 degrees in. Club face was closed. Ball started a little left and drew off. Okay, that's exactly what it felt like. Wow, interesting. Very interesting. That was a good ball there. Really good swing. Yeah, 285. I mean, that exactly what that felt like. Bucket came inside, face was open, 155 ball speed. I mean, those are good numbers. Interesting. Okay, we will have to do some more tests on this, and we'll see what this does. But I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's due to the stickers helping the square to determine the ball flight, even though these balls do not have any dots on them. The only one that I wasn't really getting side spin numbers on was with the wedges, and I've that's the only thing I say with this is that it tends, at least for me, I may have to readjust the dots or the sticker on my lob wedge because I struggle getting club data with that one. It might be a little bit too low. It might need to put it back up a little bit more. But if it's implied data, even with this ball with no dots on it, I mean that will be phenomenal. That I can play my golf ball on here. If this is helping it even guesstimate side spin, and that's pretty much telling me what it feels. I mean that's pretty interesting. I mean that was a really good strike, 156 ball speed, 265 carry. I mean really good numbers, a little baby draw, and that's what that swing felt like. That felt like, I mean, it was a solid strike. That felt like that's what I was trying to do. Um, Interesting. I will definitely do some more testing on it. All right, guys. Well, let's. All right. So I'll say let's call this somewhat conclusive and still slightly inconclusive. Um, I think as far as the dotted golf balls go, I think the square ball definitely got us better readings versus the other two options. I might still do some additional testing with the Justipotamus balls. I think the Rapsodo balls, you do get the backspin numbers, but you can still get that odd side spin reading. Um, I'm not sure if the club stickers are helping the non-dotted golf ball get some of these numbers, but I mean, at least on this range session with these balls, um, if I can play the ball that I or practice with the ball that I play with, this just makes this unit 100 times better. So we'll keep testing. I will let you guys know. Thanks for tuning in. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe. We're going to do more videos with the square, do some more testing with this. I still got to break out the swing stick and see how that does as well. We've got some new stuff coming to the channel as well. We're going to be doing some club reviews here shortly. All the new clubs are starting to come out here soon. I know that the Cobra just dropped. We got the demos in the store, so I will bring some of those home, maybe this, and shoot some video with that, so you guys can see some of the numbers with those as well. We'll keep testing. Anything you want to see, leave it down in the comments, and let me know what you think of the Square Golf Launch Monitor. Anything else you want me to test, let me know, and we'll see you guys next time.